Hello, YouTube, and welcome back into some Let's Play Civilization 6. Yes, we are doing stuff and things. So we picked up, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more swordsmen? Is that all we got from you? It's still pretty expensive. Oh, 5? There goes the jubble. Oh. Didn't know that was a thing. All right. I actually don't need this campus era score either, so I should probably switch this. Four on the monument and then 2 on the district. That should work out, I think. Do anything about the new DLC expansion? Rumor? Nope. As far as I'm concerned, it was nothing, and a whole lot of ado about nothing. So no, I tend to like if you know me at all, you know I'm sort of anti-spoiler, anti-trailer. I don't like anything sort of spoiling an organic experience. And so when it came to these new rumors, felt like to me like they were out of nowhere, and so I don't have an opinion on them until they actually turn into something. So I don't know. Maybe that makes me a bad content creator, probably, like, because that's a lot of place to grab buzz and whatnot. But I don't know, man. It's not my thing. So I will comment on any official news that decides to come out. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Boston. Sleepy House, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate you.
It's rare I get to watch live, but thank you for sharing your content with us.
Thank you for sharing your Twitch Prime sub with me for 5 months in a row. Thank you so much, Sleepy House. Welcome back into the shop. I do appreciate that. That's very diligent. I appreciate you spending that, even if you can't spend a lot of time with us live. Thank you. Thank you. Promo on the archer? Promo on which archer? This one? Didn't see it. I'll heal you up a second. Thanks, Yellheart. Is there a Halicarnassus Harbor City? Potentially, yeah. Potentially. I don't want to hit feudalism this era either. Something like that. Andrew!
Another infrequent lurker who appreciates the stream.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support as well. Welcome back for 9 months. Thanks for bringing that Prime sub back over and over. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so there's our feudalism boost. Feudalism's now in 2. Again, I'm looking to actively avoid era score, and so this is savable era score, because it'll be the first tech in a new era, and I just kind of don't need this right now, so I could start putting some like unlock drama and poetry in the meantime, which is probably fine. So that'd be good. I have a lot of hours in Civ. That is true. Like really a lot of hours. It's true. What am I up to? Almost 3,600. That's quite a few. Buff Bob Saget. I always like when I played like Street Fighter as a kid, there's a character named Saget, and I always thought of Bob Saget and like him like punching like Blanca and stuff. That would have been, I don't know, that's what I always thought of. Buff Bob Saget, welcome in with that brand new Prime sub. Thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate you. I thought it was Saget. I thought his name was Saget. No? What is the most particular thing you think hit the game on enjoyment factor? I know it happened last night for diplomatic victory was terribly so. Like what has added things that made me? So is your question then what has been added to the game that has like bummed me out, Bonnie? Like what have I not liked as far as DLC or added in content? Is that what you're asking? Swatchman, thank you for continuing your gifted subs. Appreciate you. What have they added that has bummed me out? Honestly, not a lot. Like, I have things to say about everything. That is just who I am, and part of why probably being a content creator will be an okay choice for me. That being said, even though I criticize stuff and I'll like be down on it, I don't necessarily think that those things should be removed from the game. So like every time I'm like, oh, I don't really like Gandhi. He's not that strong. Varu, blah blah blah. Does that mean I think Gandhi needs a little buff? Yeah, it does. But does that mean I think that the Varu shouldn't exist? No, of course not. So like when I'm criticizing stuff like that, keep in mind that I'm coming at this from a perspective of I play the hardest difficulty. Not everybody does. In fact, very few people do. We do it for credibility's sake. We do it for a lot of different reasons. But like there are a lot of things that are in the game that are meant to be enjoyed in like other different ways. And it doesn't mean that they're the most efficient, best ability out there. Again, it doesn't mean I think it should be gone from the game. That being said, as far as things that have been added to the game that I don't really care for, certainly Diplo Victory, it's already been revamped once. I want it to exist. I like having more options. I just think it's really slow and tedious, and you wind up waiting a lot. I think waiting around in Civ is the opposite of what Civ wants to do. You want to be active and involved. What else has been added? I guess honestly, like the space race, like the fact that we go into the future tech. I love the idea. I hate actually playing through it. Just because it adds in more and more time, and because of the RNG factor, it makes it kind of difficult to get here. So those like future eras haven't really made me happy or made me enjoy the game more. But you don't like World Congress? That's fair. Again, I think a lot of things could be, tweaked and stuff like that. So hopefully that answers your question. Could go after builders because we are getting close to feudalism. I think I'll start with the Granary, though. I didn't like the removal of God of the Harvest. That is true, actually, and we could talk about that briefly. And I'm not trying to like dogpile or criticize Firaxis or anybody that's making these choices. But the removal of Goddess of the Harvest did bum me out. Let's talk about why. Obviously, it was overpowered. You could get way more faith out of that than anything, right? And so the choice was made to remove it. The reason I didn't like the choice to remove it is I like powerful pantheons. I like the idea that you pick this one thing early on, and it can kind of have can help steer the rest of your game in a certain direction, or be so unique and specific that if I pick Earth Goddess Pachacuti, then I can come back and do a different Pachacuti and have it feel like its own unique style game. So to me, Goddess of the Harvest was a really unique pantheon that provided a powerful bonus, and I liked the option of playing that way. So in that sense, I'm bummed that it's gone, because I do think that the other pantheons lack a lot and could use a serious rebalancing because they don't feel good. They don't feel powerful. I want the pantheons to feel powerful. So yeah, getting rid of Goddess of the Harvest because it was so unique definitely does bum me out. I also didn't have to go to medieval tech here. I think I just got more era score that I shouldn't have because I'm talking so much. Yeah, 1 era score there. Could have avoided that. It's because I'm talking. It's because I'm answering questions. I'm sorry. Let's go after our industrial zones now. The earlier you unlock these, the better. It looks like we're going to unlock them around turn 92. I actually think you could be, if in a true, like I can just do an econ space race and I don't have to worry about defending myself. I think you could definitely beeline there. The other option here is actually to go directly to Niter. But we'll see what we can do with some swords and Teddy. We'll see. Should have nerfed it. It was too powerful. Or just have the other one scale. One of the things about Goddess of the Harvest that was so powerful is that it actually scaled with you because chops were inherently worth more value the longer the game went. So yeah, so that alone kind of, was an OP part of it or a powerful part of it. Could put it on the geothermal fissure. It's a better tile to put it on, but it's fine. Hello, I'm a swordsman. But as far as like, I mean, we're getting more and more content. How can you complain about that, right? Like, there's not a lot. There's not a lot that I really have to complain about. As far as those things. Four turns on this. There's an improvement for geothermal tiles. I mean, there's a geothermal power plant later on in the game, and then also with Matthias, you can get his thermal bath. But I don't think they're great. They're so late in the game. Is this prophet going to sit here the entire game? Could be. Could be. I don't know. We're capped on strategics. One turn on this monument. I do want to finish that again, not this era. I can actually switch to it next turn, and that's fine. Let's go see what we can pillage. What's up, house? Are there any way to destroy districts you don't want anymore? No. Yeah, I do need a battering ram down here. I'll probably just buy it. Oh. I finished theirs. Oopsies. So here I am talking about avoiding era score to not go super over, and I ignored the fact that I was getting another good campus, which I frankly forgot about. So that's my bad. Maybe go directly after the library here. I don't even have the commercial hubs unlocked. That's the next one I probably want. So that's a bit of an oopsie. I don't think I want anything else here. Okay, get another governor title. 2 turns on feudalism, 2 turns on the era. That will go to the next era then, so we can do it. Machu Picchu is still available, which is rather crazy. 2 envoys available here. The battering ram applies to all units fighting the city as long as it's next to the city. So... Machu Picchu is a fantastic wonder. We're remarking on it because it's rare for it to be available this late in the game. But it provides you a standard adjacency bonus for your commercial hubs, theater squares, and industrial zones if they're next to a mountain. That's usually something reserved for holy sites and campuses. But Machu Picchu adding an extra economy to gold, culture, and production is pretty insane. So... yeah, super tasty. One of my favorites, but very difficult to get on Deity. For sure. Do need to buy a battering ram here soon. I consider less than ancient starts. Yes, they change your decisions a lot. Again, for the same reason that I don't really mod. I'm not super interested in doing a lot of games like that. That is more of a, like, let's do it on stream for fun type of a situation than, like, oh, I want to play this game as Cleopatra starting later or whatever like that. Because, again, I just think accessibility and things like that matter more to me. All right. Let's do it. So 6 turns until I can start my next district here. I can go ahead and get those settlers that I want. I don't know if I'm doing that or not. I really don't know what we're doing long term here. Yeah, I actually think later starts are incredibly broken. Like, we can do a Renaissance start sometimes, and I can show you exactly how broken it is. But the ability to lock in district cost when you have 0 districts in the game breaks the game. I promise. Absolutely breaks the game. Got any way to get Taj? Is it overrated? I don't think it's overrated. I think it's great in certain games. Not all games, but it's fantastic if you're going to struggle for a late era score. So basically all games but culture. Locking a district still a thing? Sure is, yeah. Still a thing. We don't do it as diligently as we did because there's more to pay attention to, but what do I want? I could build some of my own army here. Or just start to work on these settlers I can put in the policy next turn. I really don't like coastals with Matthias. It's not really what I want to be doing. So what do we have if we don't go coastal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does the Pearl ability affect spaceports? Yes. It's a district. I can see grabbing another builder. Is Matthias stuck on coastal? Last update should have made him viable. I mean, coast in general is much more viable, but if you're building a bunch of coastals, you're probably not taking advantage of your Pearl ability, which is your best ability. So it's not really what you want to be doing. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just not preferred. All right, moving the army back around, get our iron mine back online. I mean, he is building that. I want him to build that. If you want to build me commercial hubs, I'm totally happy with that. Seems like a top tier save. He's a good one, Blurg, for sure. For sure, for sure. Kilwa before Machu. Yeah, see, he's got a lot of units over here, plus crossbows. So we're really going to have to assess this war now and see if it's something that we're going to continue pursuing or like how we're going to do that, et cetera, et cetera. Feudalism's great. That means I get to slot in some 5-charge builders here. That's a much better use of the policy than we had been doing prior to this. But he does have crossbows and swords, so we have to look at Teddy here in a second. I do want serfdom. We'll want some extra units eventually, but let's start with this. Lots of nice farmland in there. Apprenticeship soon. Okay, there's that. There's also mercenaries. And I think I want to levy here. So how much is that going to cost us? 550 plus upgrades. Yeah, this looks rough. We don't have... he's got a lot of resources, and we don't have a ton of units. I also doubt he's going to make peace, right? Oh, he does want to make peace. Huh. Oh, yeah. That was just where I was thinking about doing this. What's up, Jerxies? How you doing, dude? Good to see you too, buddy. Good to see you too. Okay, we do have some faith that we get to commit to monumentality here. It's pretty much the best thing I can come up with. We could get some commercial hubs here and try to take advantage of free inquiry. But we have a bunch of faith, both from pillaging and actually just from pillaging, right? 6 faith per turn. Oh, we do have a couple holy sites now. So yeah, so that probably makes some sense. We could sell some resources. I doubt they'll really want any. He doesn't really have much to pay us with. We took all his stuff. So yeah. What did we take with our Pantheon? We took culture from plantations. So yeah, monumentality makes sense here. And now I can start buying 6-charge builders. Could also buy these settlers. That's probably better because I don't know when I'm prioritizing them otherwise. Not getting any cities up here. Seems like a pretty good city just for grabbing stuff. Could theoretically go mausoleum. So we want that one. We want that one and maybe like one more down there. So again, in the interest of like losing the least amount of population possible, I'm just gonna grab them out of the this new Pop 2 city. I don't really care, right? We can just fluctuate like here, like crazy. Hello. So how do I don't know. I guess finish these campuses so we can start to think about Renaissance techs. Oh, you finished it. Good. 41 science. Hey, Muth. We did sort of leave Gandhi in the dust. We left him alive, though, technically speaking. I'm a little nervous about taking too much damage from these. I'm going to save up money and get another levy going, I think. Crossbows could be good. Yeah, alliances plus a warmonger civ don't really make a lot of sense together. That's why his units are so weird. Alexander, you fell too short on era score. Oh no, that sucks, dude. That's a bummer. Must be lunchtime. I'm so hungry. Nice. It's 550. What's up, Sacrador? How you doing, buddy? Congress begins. I'd be happy if things culture bombed in my direction. And then this, we can go scientific city-states, I think. Seems pretty reasonable. Let's just toss that out there, see what we get. Nice. And nice. God. We're off to the start of a Diplo victory, Kappa. I'm trying to bring these over here. I think the city goes right there. Let's buy another one. Yeah, this is a continents map, and it looks like this is the whole continent, right? So there's another continent over here, which is actually only one land continent, speaking specifically, that has 3 other civs on it. This land is like fine. It's like pretty good. Could certainly go settle it. That cocoa tile's great. Sure. Sure, why not? And then I'm probably going to look to get one more. So hopefully we get some pillaging going. How is Machu still here? That's what I want to know. I could start building some knights. That could kind of come and help us with Teddy. Although he's got walls everywhere, so it's not going to be ideal. Bear Killer, how you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I could frankly just use gold. Catapults, maybe. We'll see. So just building some nice farmland in between these. Get these cities to grow and actually district and do things that are productive. Crossbow. We do actually have crossbow tech. I don't know, Blurg. That's a good question. You think getting diplomatic points should also be era score? Or is that too much? I don't know, Quail. I really don't know how to balance the Diplo victory. I know for sure that I hate waiting. I hate like 30 turns in late game Civ could melt certain people's computers, right? Like that's a huge ask. It's a huge ask. It's nice not having to worry about appeal. We can just focus on quality tiles here. And again, our main goal here is to grow. So we're going to work on the food tiles. Get them to grow. Mostly took care of Gandhi, yeah. He's still technically alive. Oops, I didn't even see what that was, although I'm not willing to make peace, so is what it is. Let's go find our engineering, I think. The problem with the Diplo victory is it is so, I would imagine, it's so much easier to program the AI to be like, hey, if they have a lot of Diplo points, you can vote against them, and you should. Versus it's much harder to see, like, probably from an AI perspective, like a space race and those types of victories coming. Although there are progress bars for it. But that's sort of my one of my complaints about it as well. Like, we spent 2,000 Diplo points and lost in our last game. 2,000. Right? It's crazy. Working on districts, working on campuses. It's only turned 91. Go ahead and get the government plaza. I think I just need my capital to grow. I think I'm going to ignore Chichen Itza here and start chopping things out. Not too often, Bear Killer, but we have done that in the past, yes. Really want to chop this stuff. Guess I can chop this. Do I bring Magnus back here, maybe? Thinking about it. LP Bruno, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Cyrilus. Yeah, I think we'll ignore the Chichen Itza. Because Magnus definitely doesn't need to be up here. There's not a whole lot to chop. Where do we want Magnus? Capital makes sense. This new city will make sense. I mean, this volcano isn't even active yet. What if they merge Diplo and score victories? If that means I have to wait 500 turns, then I'm super not interested still. Just gonna take XP by getting shot over and over. Oh, hi crossbow.
In peace, one is
Moving day is tomorrow, Cyrilus. Wow, oh boy. That is a big day. I watched a lot of streams while I was moving. It was a great distraction. Maybe too good of a distraction. But good luck with the moves, Cyrilus. So I am working on one builder here. Builder policy is okay. I don't know that I'm running anything else that's crazy good. I actually think what we want to grab here is recorded history. Run my campus policy real quick. Probably before we get to Merchant Confederation. That's fine. Breaking down the fish tanks. Nice. That's fun. I do have mercenaries. I could upgrade my own units. Get a couple crossbows. But that's not really winning us a war. This levy is doing nothing for us. So that one we can chop. The other ones will leave. The PlayStation Civ fanatics out there, they exist. I think there are more on the Switch these days.
the four building blocks of the universe are fire, water, gravel, and fire.
All right, that unlocks lumber mills. Good job, swordsman. Definitely go after the market so we can get more trade routes here, especially because Kumasi. So I could start knocking down Boston's door. I could afford a battering ram here. Oh, we're up to siege towers. I could be okay. I prefer a battering ram. 400 for that. Most of my money. 670 for this levy? Oh my god, these get so expensive. If I just levied Lisbon and went and took out them. Don't really know what I'm doing with my army. Wow, rip. Was that mine or was that levied? I think that was levied, I hope. But yeah, this is the problem. So if you look at the base strength of this crossbow, it's obviously getting 5 from his home continent, but also 4 due to difficulty, and then an extra 5 from the Great General that's somewhat nearby. So this is a 51 base strength crossbow, which is really strong. This is going to be pretty tough to keep warring. I think once we have muskets, we'll be okay, but we certainly need a lot more gold. Terracotta is not that amazing, I don't think. A great idea for next year's marathon. Around the world in 80 days. Following the idea from the book, you play the civs starting in London and generally work your way east until you get back. Brett, I like that suggestion. That's a cool suggestion. That's a cool suggestion. Yeah. So, I missed this week's because we were going to do a state of the stream 2 days ago. But we'll do it next week now, since I was a little bit under the weather this week. We'll do it March 11th, 2020 here. We're going to do we'll play our normal stream. I think we'll stream for like 2-3 hours in the morning, and then we'll switch over to basically just like a just chatting stream where we talk about my 3 years of streaming. I can share my story. We can also do like a half AMA if you guys want to talk about it, or if you have questions for me, or like if you're looking to get into streaming, I'm happy to answer questions best I can. Can't promise you that I have all the answers, because I certainly don't. But I'll do my best to help you out. That's something I can do. And then we'll talk about like basically where I've come from in the last 3 years, why I'm a streamer, and where we want to go. There's a lot of stuff in that where we want to go that we need to talk about, including just YouTube stuff, Twitch stuff, yeah, all kinds of stuff within there, and all that. So that'll be next Wednesday. I hope you guys will come around for that. Getting your wisdom teeth taken out that day? That does sound like more fun. You're right, Pat. You should do that instead. That sucks, man. I did not like getting my wisdom teeth out. That was not happy times. Need housing and things here. Probably go after that. This isn't a full domination game. And then I actually just want housing. 8 of 11 now. Nice. We can keep growing. Awesome, Brett. Thanks, man. What a cool idea. Hey, Emlock. Wait, you've been here. What are you saying good day to? I'm confused. So this Delhi has the weirdest districts. I don't even have holy sites unlocked, so I actually can't fix that one. It's only a +1 anyway, so I don't really care that much. I just want them to grow. Pop 7 though, they already have their 3, right? Campus, holy site, and encampment. So they actually need to get to pop 10 before they do anything productive, which means I should probably just keep building builders here. Help their own infrastructure, help the cities around them. Look at a Pingala here for some extra culture. I like that. Do I settle here? Or do I cross the river? I don't get this. The only thing I'm settling this for is that, so let's cross the river. Okay, good talk. Awesome, Brett. Thanks for popping in with that. I appreciate it. Enjoy your lurking. Probably look at their housing situation as well. Hey, Sarge. How you doing, dude? What's the strategy for this game? Kind of like vanilla strategy, where you just want to take over your whole continent and then sort of relax into whatever you feel like. Whatever we feel like could be space race. We actually have some really good campuses already. This one being +5. There are actually good ones here. That one's +5. This is +3. That's +4. That one, oh, I don't have that one. That one's +2. So some pretty interesting ones. And that unlocks our recorded history. Might take that overproduction in all cities and leave serfdom in there since they're going to keep cranking out builders. Oh, I got you, Hemlock. Okay. I was just confused. I was like, wait. Oh. I guess it's fine. I think this is better. Even if I produce less than efficient builders up there, we can try to like flip-flop and jump back into our policies when we're close to it. But in the meantime, it's probably fine. So coastal civ. I really do need to get military engineering here, though. Playing continents on a small map is basically 2 continents? Yeah, basically. Hey, Adarsh. What's up, bud? How you been? So, I have settled this continent, so that's good. Do need to unlock harbors. Just get started with that, probably. What's my next settler cost in Faith? Wow. My next settler's only 280 faith. That's how few of our own cities we've built. That is incredibly cheap. Where's Chennai? I don't think I have it. Don't think it's here. Hello. Now we're just going to leave him alone. He's doing fine. Can lock that in. But I kind of want these things first. Something like that. I am a bit of a warmonger in this game anyways. We wear lots of different hats. Sometimes I'm a warmonger. That's a holy site? Why is that a holy site? You have Earth Goddess. You have almost 5 better choices than that. Farm triangle art in this game is satisfying. I do like it. Like the farm, like just the visuals in general I like in this game, I think. I'm sorry about that, Adarsh. The Outback Station, Sarge, is that what you're thinking of? We're going to go for Ruhr. If we're going to do a space race, I'm certainly going to go for a Ruhr. It is kind of industrial time. If you get industrial zones later than this, then they're that much worse. So we should start to focus on that. But in the meantime, I think we're going to put a cut in the video here. Maybe we'll come back with some better plans as far as what we are going to do with this game. It's a giant stalemate war here. He only has 5 cities, so should be reasonable to conquer. But we're going to need money. We're going to need muskets, and we'll see what happens then. If you're watching over on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic and come say hi to some person on the internet. See you then.